The life force of your bond. A power like life itself. Unseen for generations. A dyad in the force.
Oh, we're not there. Hi, guys. You can hear us, though. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Dyad in the Force. I am your host, Element, and I am joined by my co-host, Darth Choco. What's up, Choco?
Hello. How's it going?
It's going good. I woke up today really tired, and so I slept most of the day. But apparently, according to Jeremy Dornick, we both looking fresh, so it's all good. It's the invisible Dyad. Sometimes I forget a couple of steps in starting this up, but we're in there now. How's everybody in the chat doing?
Just gotta work at it.
So today we're going to be talking about the big things that happened this week during the Game Awards. Some leaked set photos from Acolyte. We got some looks at maybe some characters we can name, maybe some characters we might not be able to name, but we'll see. But how's your week been, Choco? How's it going?
Yeah, it's just been just one of those meh weeks. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's low energy, and I'm just like don't have the same focus or maybe drive that I'm used to. So, but moving forward, always moving forward, looking at what's ahead. I did want to do some clarification though, because I recently put out a video on TikTok. I think people took it the wrong way, where I was talking about things that I want to do in the future, for myself as a way of, I guess, what I consider to be improvement, especially when it comes to content and how I handle things and handle my back and forths. I wasn't saying that I did something wrong or I was making a mistake. I just saw a place where I see opportunity for growth. I'm not going to stop talking about what's canon and what's not. If you are trying to say Rey's not a Skywalker, that's dumb. So I was still full out say that. I just think that there are ways of saying what's correct and expressing what is correct in ways that are more helpful, or times that are more helpful,
Yeah. Although I disagree with the premise of your video, being that you were apologizing, because I don't think there was anything wrong with what had happened. But I do understand that that's something you want to improve on. I see. The reason I don't really get into tiffs, I mean, I did back in the day with like Big Bang Mike and those, and like King Lion and stuff, but I mean, whenever lore masters try to keep canon information on the up and up, it's because there's so much misinformation out there, right?
Yeah.
And our intention is always establishing. It's never to impress. And what I mean by impress is that it's never meant to impose. That's a better word. It's never meant to impose on people's headcanons. It's never meant to impose on, how people feel about or interpret a scene. I mean, interpretation is one thing, but like when we say Grey Jedi aren't canon, it's not us, invalidating other people's opinions on, what a Grey Jedi would be. There's fan films about it. There's fan fiction. That's all great. We're not going around trashing with those fan fictions. So, I mean, the thing I disagreed with is you having done anything wrong to begin with. I don't know the full context of the video, but I tried to go back to the comments where it came from, and it looked like it was like a obi-wan video about Dooku Sith eyes.
That's the thing, is that's why I was trying to clarify, because it's not just that video, it's a number of things over the past little bit. So there's not like a direct cause, and it's not me doing anything wrong to any specific individuals, and that's the impression most people got, and that's not my intention. I was like, I could do better, not that I was doing bad.
Okay, I mean that's a solid and righteous movement or ambition. I think for the most part we are going to be in this space a lot because we care a lot about what canon is, and so we always have to preface our statements not with actually, but well, in canon, because like if you're headcanoning something, more power to you. It's your headcanon. We can't do anything about it. Especially those people who say the sequels aren't canon. We just say it is, but if you don't want it to be canon, then we can't do anything to you. We can't force you to be like, it is not. But they are. The canon fact is that they are. But if you consider them not to be canon, you don't have to watch them. Daxon says, simply readjust your gray Jedi to Wayseeker and both sides should be happy. Well, I think there's some people who just like the term gray Jedi. Sometimes we argue that like in order to be a gray Jedi, you'd have to be a Jedi, and then there would have to be a gray. And unfortunately, neither of those things are, because then you would not be a Jedi. You'd leave.
Yeah, I like to say I'm a gray vegan. I'm vegan, but I eat meat because I'm rogue.
I'm a barbecue paleo. How's it going, X-Core? We're just chilling. Episode 104 of Dyad in the Force. Let's talk about what happened this week with Acolyte. Apparently, there's some set photos that were leaked. I'm going to put this up on the screen and have it just rotate as we talk about it. But this show has seemingly been pretty hype, in my opinion. And the stuff that we're seeing now is pretty crazy. I mean, look at these pictures.
I mean, it's exciting,
Li Jingjie is, of course, a Jedi Master, as I predicted. Don't know what's happening, and I typically stay away from this stuff, but these are interesting photos. It's not like really spoilery. It's just kind of people in costumes, right? It's like a cosplay photo. Now, if they had a photo of like Darth Vader, I'm like, what's he doing here? It'd be a little spoilery, but Zabrak, I don't know if that's a Jedi or if they're like bounty hunters. And then we got this Wookiee dude over here.
Yeah,
a lot of people,
top-knot Wookiee. I love it.
A lot of people are talking about whether or not that's Burry. What do you think?
I mean, in my heart, I know Barry survived, so.
Same.
But yeah, I love that we are seeing like Iridonian Zabrak in here as well. Laura Kinney's. I said Laura Kinney, Daphne King. Laura Kinney's is X-23's character.
Yeah.
I know it just looks fascinating. We're gonna have an interesting group of people with different skills. solving mysteries, and that's just what I want, you know.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are a couple of Wookiees that we can point to. There is Archov from, I think, the Bocce Temple. Is that Archov from the Bocce Temple, or is that someone different? I think I'm getting that right? I know Buri's alive. Yes, young.
It's not. Sorry.
The book didn't say, and then they found the bloody carcass of Buryaga. They said, and then Buryaga was gone. Hey, and if Leox can Tom Cruise his way to a parachute, then so can Buryaga. So I think I mean it could be Buri. There's a lot of there's the Wookiee from Edge of Balance. There's also another Wookiee.
Yeah, Archov and well, so someone here in the chat brought up from Daxon brought up Tavoka, who's from the expanded universe, was Plo Koon's master.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not something that's common in the Wookiee species. At least that's how George intended it to be. But we might see more Wookiee Jedi come up.
I'm still waiting for them to just. Let me see something here. I'm still waiting for them to confirm that Plo Koon is on the Barish, and that way, he on his way back, he brings back Ahsoka, and then he rejoins sadly right when the Jedi are about to fall. Just
hey guys, I'm back. Oh no. He's the meme of from Community where Troy comes back with the pizza and everything's on fire.
Yeah. Let's see here, Jeremy. What are your thoughts on the Sith aspect of the show? Considering it's not too far from the Phantom Menace, do you think we'll see a progression towards Plagueis and Palps? So the show is 132 BBY. The earliest that we know of the infiltration of Sith is Dooku, right? Or an 80?
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, I think it makes sense that it would have happened earlier, right? Some seeds would have been planted along a while ago for the Sith ideology to have even reached Dooku, because we do know in the earlier days in Dooku Jedi Lost, he was perusing the archives and gaining knowledge that he shouldn't have been, reading. And yeah, I think the seeds are there. The seeds are definitely there for someone to come in as far back as 132 and just leave. It's like someone who goes to the library of George Washington Library or something, and then just puts in the Constitution of the Song Dynasty, and then someone from Congress picks it up and oh man, this is the best government. We should adopt some things, So
we have to steal the Declaration of Independence. Sorry, I
steal the Declaration of Independence. Apologies, my allergies are acting up, and if I have to sniff a lot, if that triggers people. But
I do think here's the thing I don't want though. I loved that Andor gave us. There was nothing to take us out of the world that they built up. As much as I love seeing Luke in Mando season 2. It is weird to have your big conflict at the end be resolved by just a tertiary character that's not part of the show,
Yeah.
And and that thing just doesn't quite sit right with me. I just want to make sure that they don't take focus off of our new characters in favor of giving us people more content to make. It is cool that when we get Easter eggs and cameos, and we could be like, oh, they mentioned this person and yada yada. I do. Tenebris is not really expanded on very much. They could be around, but only put it in if it makes sense, if it adds to the story of these characters, is kind of where I'm sitting at.
Yeah. I also think that Lee Jung-jae could be one of them. I really do think, because none of these species excuse me, are confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't even know if Plagueis is immune, and we don't even know if Tenebris is... We don't even know a lot about Tenebris. We don't know if they... what they are in terms of what we know of in Legends. We don't have species or gender or anything for Tenebris. So it'd be cool if, like, Daphne Keane ends up being Tenebris. But I still think Jung-jae, I do think it makes more sense for a master of the Jedi to be a master of the Sith. Because I feel like, Padawans and Knights are too young. They can certainly fall to the dark side, but they're too young, like, most of the time, to be as as prominent as Tenebris, who precedes the wise.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I certainly don't disagree with that assertion, but I will say, in the expanded universe, anything goes. You know what I mean? Darth Bane was like doing badass Force stuff before he knew the Force existed. He didn't go to Sith school for very long, and then he ended all of the masters who were there running the show for like decades already. It was able to best all of them at pretty much anything that they wanted to do. So, and that book is beloved, right? I can definitely see someone who's younger, and especially if the dark side is a quick and easy path. But I hope it's not either of the Jedi. I think just my personal hope is that it's just someone else that's part of that crew that's running around, and this whole thing is going to be a whodunit, and we're going to be, we're going to get dark side clue is what I want.
That would be interesting. Although, like, the only reason that I default on Jedi being one of them is that's like a tale as old as time. That's how the Sith started, right? Is a couple of Jedi studied the dark side,
and the beast,
and they happened to land on the Sith planet Korriban, and they started the Sith Order. So, like, ever since then, it's always been like Jedi falling to the dark side and seeking out the at first the dark Jedi on Korriban. So that's what that's where I go.
It feels too easy, though. You know what I mean? It does. Not that it doesn't need to be easy, but I could just see something where, okay, the Jedi and their master have been apart long enough that both of them could have fallen and the other one not. No, they're meeting all these people. Maybe Daphne King's character is aggressive and like kind of Sith-like in behavior, so you're immediately gonna suspect them. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to speculate on. Although I don't think that's Daphne Keene's character. A lot of people are saying that is in the photos. I'm gonna put it up again and see when it comes up. What up, Burry? How are you? We'll see if the photo comes up. But I am loving the High Republic tabards and stuff. Like,
yeah,
I've been dying to see this stuff. in live action. Ancient Sith possession. Okay, this is the picture. It's gonna scroll away, but this is a picture that people are thinking that that's Daphne Keane. I don't think that's Daphne Keane, to be honest. Do you think so?
I do, but I'm always open to being wrong.
Just like you were a couple of weeks ago. Do you finally have something?
Oh, are we referring to this?
Yeah.
A one chip challenge.
So we talked about it, and we're gonna start farming people for questions, and it's going to be a video that we are going to premiere. So this is what's gonna happen. I know you're excited, Young, to see the suffering, but we are going to premiere. We are going to premiere a video. Excuse me, of Choco doing the one chip challenge, and all the while having to answer lore questions. So we'll be farming TikTok, we'll be farming you guys and collecting questions from you guys and all of our followers, and we're just going to record him eating the chip and having to answer questions as fast as he can while it happens.
Yep. Who knows if I'll make it? I might just die partway through. But we'll see. I'm excited.
Yeah. Sorry, Choco, but these challenges are just hilarious. I mean, I've seen some people give in.
Yeah.
It's a slow burner, that chip, sometimes. Have you had it, Connor? Don't wear tight clothes as well. I don't think Choco
Don't wear
wears
tight clothes.
Do you wear tight clothes?
What does that mean? What's gonna happen to me?
Are you gonna start expanding like the universe?
Yeah, I was like the blueberry girl from from Willy Wonka. Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. What kind of questions? Anything that really, you can even ask him great Jedi questions. Honestly, there's just lore questions that he has to answer.
We'll put together a list of 10 questions for me to answer, and I take the chip and I see if I can answer all 10 questions before having to expire. So
perspire.
That's what we're gonna do.
Probably, if he's wearing tight clothes, maybe he might perspire.
I'm still stuck in the tight clothes comment. I don't know.
Oh man. Okay, so let's talk about the elephant in the room. Jedi Survivor. We of course, a couple of days ago, or is it yesterday? No, it was Thursday, right?
Yes. Yeah, it was Thursday.
Thursday was the Game Awards. Game of War. God of War Ragnarok took pretty much every single award. And I keep on saying this, but Elden Ring winning the Game of the Year award was a consolation prize. I mean, there's no other way to look at it when a game wins for best story, best direction, best audio, a lot of best of categories, and to not win Game of the Year doesn't make sense to me.
I am actually gonna have to disagree, but I do so having not played any God of War games. So you can take this with a huge fat grain of salt, but I myself got lost in the world of Elden Ring. I put lots and lots of hours because of how invested in that universe I ended up getting. But the big thing with it is there is no direct story. You are uncovered. You wake up in this world and stuff is happening and things are weird And unless you talk to a lot of people and unless you read a lot of the text on items, there's lots and lots of secrets that you would never in 1,000 years find. And that was part of the fun, is you're trying to unwrap all of this stuff. You can become friends with a giant wolf man if you go over here and learn this specific emote, and then while you're on the path you hear him howl and you can find him, and then you use that emote and he jumps down and you can talk to him. That's wild, you know what I mean? But there's no way that's winning for best story, because you have to find the story yourself, right? Mm-hmm. It's not going to win best direction because there's no real director on it. It's not going to win best voice acting because I don't even know if your character speaks. You know what I mean? So I do feel it, but Elden Ring was a fantastic game, and it also had a lot of replay value. So I do see how it could win Game of the Year. Again, haven't played God of War, and would like to, but it seemed very clear that they were going to be the top two contenders.
The only reason, so when I say consolation prize, I don't mean to take away anything from Elden Ring. I think it deserved that award. I just think, like, in the optics of everything, it seemed like it was trying to console the players, and in that vein, it was a consolation prize. Because what is your criteria for Game of the Year if not a macro of all of those other awards for best of, right? And I agree. It's not going to win best story or it could have won best game direction, because it's not about a director of the film. There's a game director on top of this that directs directs the direction of how the game plays, the loop, and all of that other stuff. And that's what a game director does. And there's going to be, cinematic directors for if there's like a movie or a narrative that is in place. But there's all these other things like best sound. I think Elden Ring could have won that too. There's a lot to go into that game with the sound and like the profile of the world that you're in. I just feel like it's a weird concession to make when a game wins on so many levels but doesn't get Game of the Year. And I would be saying this about A Plague Tale, by the way. Like, this isn't like bias. If God of War took all of the other categories, including best narrative, and Plague Tale won Game of the Year, I'm like, that don't make no sense. Who's voting these categories? Like, what is the criteria here? But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about what came during the Game Awards, which was Jedi Survivor. We finally got the reveal, and I see you in the waiting room, X-Core. We'll get to you when we get to live calls. But we got Jedi Survivor, the reveal trailer. And we also got like some live action. Guy in a bacta tank on the stage.
Yeah. It was just such a hyped moment. I'm just really excited for this game. And can we talk about the glow up on Cal? Because damn.
Hey. I said it in my trailer breakdown. Many daddy, much High Republic. Especially that one scene where he just walks up and looks at the camera. Like, there's no story purpose to that. Why are you doing that now? Of course, for all the people who are like, daddy, right?
Yeah. That's my favorite comment came from Brooke, who tweeted out, he went from asking daddy's permission to take a girl out to your daughter now calls me daddy. So
oh man, lots to digest in this game. Let us know in the chat also if you guys saw the reveal trailer. What was the most exciting thing for you guys to see in the gameplay? For me, for sure, the most exciting thing that I saw, and we'll get to like the story stuff, story revelations here in a bit, but my favorite thing that I saw from that trailer, of course, was the dual wielding aspect of it, and some upgrades to traversal. Because Choco says that, Cal is a blaster now. And I feel like with the addition of dual wield, we're going to have stances, and it's going to be single, double bladed, dual wield, and single blaster. Or just dual blaster. I don't know how far they're going to take it. But I feel like, and I saw Chase's comment in our pre-show, a blaster only like stance and a blaster only run, that would be fun as a Jedi, you know?
Yeah.
Just fling someone in the air and do like a skeet shooting. That'd be fun.
I mean, even in the leaked like packs that you could get, there was different blaster combinations. You know what I mean? It was having, you can get the DL40, DL44 blaster, or all kinds of different stuff. And I need to see more about it. He had a blaster wielding buddy that he was running around with as well.
Yeah.
There's so much, but also, like we said, the traversal, the mounts. Are we going to be able to connect through the Force to the animals now, rather than having just a random thing pop out of the ground and tackle you? We're going to be able to reach out to it and become buddies, maybe. I don't know. What do you think?
I feel like that is the case, and the reason I feel that is the case because I am currently replaying and trying to finish, because I never finished it, Horizon Zero Dawn. And I feel like there's an element of override here where you can pick your mount and override them, and there will be certain animals that are mountable and then certain animals that you could just make like fight by your side.
So I'm just picturing, what if everything was mountable and it'd be like one of the little rat things and you're trying to like your legs are dragging on the ground.
Yeah, but think about it. We've seen the Reek be ridden by Anakin. We've seen a Vractal ridden by Obi-Wan, Eopes, and now in this trailer, I don't know what species that is, but Cal communes with it and mounts it as well. And there's some mounted combat, as X-Core Gamer Skill says. So many new combat options, but mounts and mounted combat is what excites him.
Holding on to the pterodactyl as it was falling. I mean, was that consensual? Did he just jump up and grab one and just ride it to the ground? Or did he talk to it first? Is he going to grow out a ponytail so that he can attach it to the creature and commune that way? We don't know.
I feel like in the context of showing beforehand him communing with the animal to mount it, I think it would have been consensual where he communed with the flying animal as well. Shout out to DePaul, Conspiracy Cantina. What up?
Yeah, got both members here.
Yeah, hey, your X-Core is waiting in the wings for us to take his call. DePaul, if you wanna hop in and join too, go on ahead and dyadintheforce.com/call, and we'll bring you both in, and we'll have an impromptu conspiracy in the Force. But we are talking right now, if you just joined in, about Jedi Survivor. Let's see here. Jackson says FMK only 4 choices: Leia, Arlani, Mon, Darth Talon. Do I have to look up what FMK is? Am I out of
a bang, marry, kill?
Oh. Okay. There's 4. That's more than allotted options. Okay. It's for us. Got it. Okay. So those are our choices. I am marrying the hell out of Leia. And I'm gonna fulfill a lifelong dream, and I'm gonna bang Mon Mothma.
Impressive that it's lifelong. I mean, because that was a new development for myself. But
I mean, listen. Like
in the original trilogy, there was literally only 3 women. So
there are no bras in space, right? And it was Leia and Mon Mothma wearing the drapes.
Yep.
And there were some things that some imaginations.
I used Ula for that, but there was little need for imagination there.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I got you. One's infinitely more tasteful.
And then I would kill Aralani and Darth Talon, even though there's a little semblance of a desire with both. I just don't think I think Darth Talon would be too much for me, to be honest. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, killing Darth Talon, straight up, right out of the gate. That's the first one to go. Darth Talon is terrifying to me. Whenever you look at someone and that they would lick a lightsaber and think it's sexy, it freaks me out. No, pass. Marrying Mon Mothma. Listen, I could treat her so much better than Perrin. That's not even funny. And then we're gonna bang Leia, and me and Arline will be colleagues.
Co-workers. It's a friend from work.
If I had to add another category, it'd be to be employed by, if she was my boss, that'd be okay.
Okay. Although, in actuality, none of this is canon, Choco. So I feel like this experience is invalid. Just kidding. I was making a joke. Is it too soon?
Canonically, your wife and bang option is Satil Shan. So
yes.
No, I get that.
I would canonically, and in more ways than one, FMK Satil Shan. Not necessarily kill her, but you know what I mean. We gonna kill her in the.
You gotta.
Yeah. X-Core said I was gonna marry Mon Mothma for the money. Gold digger. Over a year.
I ain't saying here gold digger, but
what's the rest of that
one? I'll tell you later.
My number one has always been Shay Vizsla. Is she alright? I feel like when I saw her in Sotora, I was like, she can get it, but not as much as Satil. But I understand it though.
But specifically, in the cinematic, because there's a number of years that pass, after the Deceived cinematic. But yeah, definitely. Lana Beniko, on the other hand.
Lana Beniko is second. If I had to share Satil for a threesome and bring someone else in, it would be Lana.
If I had to date a Sith, then yeah, Lana.
And then that would be when canonically we would perform the Grey Jedi. I don't need to explain that. Y'all know what I mean.
Too many inappropriate jokes just flooded into my mind.
Hey. It's only as as inappropriate as you make it, because I said nothing of specifics.
No, I know. You forced me to think it though.
Same to you, Young. I didn't say nothing. I just said the Grey Jedi. That's it.
Maybe the Acolyte will give us more new Sith mommies.
We have to be careful with that one. I think how old is Daphne Keane?
Nowadays, gotta be in her 20s.
Has it been that long since Logan? I can't keep track anymore. Young said much was implied. You're right. That was the whole purpose of the implication with the name.
Okay, never mind. Daphne King 17.
Yeah, no. Bro, age is horrible after 30. You're not lying. All right, let's talk about what happened story-wise in Jedi Survivor. We got some lines of dialogue in there. You know, the order is gone. I was betrayed by the one I trusted the most, and I will not be imprisoned again. And then we have some lines from some bounty hunters, like, show this Jedi why his kind is no longer a thing. And then the same person saying the Jedi is going to be a problem. And then our mystery figure holding some kind of, like, data chip, and he's like, not now that we have this. Where does that lead to? We don't know. But what are your thoughts on those lines and what they could mean?
Oh man, I mean, it gives us so much, but it gives us nothing at all. What is this this ancient looking powerful device? What is it the key to? This mysterious character, where in that specific scene he's sitting there, he's wearing robes. Do they look like High Republic robes to you?
Yeah, they do. And I feel like this person was in stasis, right? But, like, ooh, actually no. I was thinking in my breakdown, like, he was talking about, like, Anakin or something, someone more contemporary that betrayed him, but it could have been betrayed in the High Republic. Oh.
Yeah. Could have a very different view on the Jedi, on the galaxy, on everything, because they missed everything else. Yeah. And I think that would be very interesting, you know, if someone was betrayed, was falling, you know, did get put in stasis after some crazy accident that, you know, back when, you know, Bacta was young and maybe they didn't have the ability to cure him at the time. And they know of things, of different caches or repositories of information, maybe Nile tech, maybe Ascendant tech. You know, I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities.
Could that person also be Evereni? Like, I know it's not, like, necessarily slate gray, but you spend your time in a Bacta tank, you don't lose some of your color. You know what I mean?
Doesn't have the eyes that look like stars.
That's true. Huffing kind
also,
of
the big guy is with. He just reminds me so much of Black Beetle from Young Justice. For anyone who has seen Young Justice, and I'm really enjoying that.
There's a lot to unpack there. I was thinking that there's a possibility that person in the High Republic robes is different from the person that was in the tank. Is that a possibility?
It's possible. I just don't think so. I mean, I'm looking at a picture right now, and it looks like they only have one arm. So, like, I feel like you can't have a whole bunch of people who are, like, really grayed out.
You can't have a whole bunch of people who can have one arm either. What's going on in this town? Oh, lightsabers. That's what's going on. Okay. Is he technically more Skywalker than Rey now, according to them?
Jesus. You know what's also interesting, because I'm looking at some stills on StarWars.com, and, like, here's a brief moment where, you know, Cal is locked in a lightsaber hold with someone. I think that's a vision, and, you know, it's himself in his own version of Sith Stalker armor. But yeah, there's I know there's a lot of cool stuff. What's going on with Seer?
Has
the crew disbanded? Yeah, what's going on with that?
I feel like Seer is heading up the path, or at least contributing to it in a way where, because that heavily, like, if you go back to Darth Vader 2017, that looks like the Ossus archive that Jocasta knew meets one of her friends at, as she's running away. And it's the same one that Luke finds eventually. So I think that it's like kind of like a base camp for like survivors of the Jedi Order, purge, to come back and kind of be like, a little slice of home. I don't know. Do you have thoughts on it?
No, I mean, I like where you're going with that, where your head's at, and it also fits extremely well with the previous game of, what, it's dangerous to make this decision for these force sensitive children. We need to protect them. And then how that could easily turn into when they appear, we do whatever we can to keep them safe. So yeah, I absolutely love that. But like, it looks like Seer joined the Dora Milaje, which is pretty badass. I'm cool with that. But like, just the way it implied, the way the lines play out, I need to read the upcoming book. I can't wait, because there's going to be some big shakeups in the crew.
Yeah,
Marin's not there. I don't know where she is now, but I think we're going to find out in that book that she goes to do something, goes to start a new group of Night Sisters or whatever. I
mean, X-Corps says
Cal
it
is
too.
piloting the ship alone.
Grease isn't in the Mantis.
Yeah.
In fact, with that question, why don't we bring in our guests so that they can ask those questions and join in on the conversation. So let's get our callers in the call, including the person that's not here. Oh, how is it going?
What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Look at these beautiful faces. There's the Cantina back in action. X-Corps, I've missed you, brother. It's wonderful to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome back.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm not fully back. I just had some free time, so
All right, so you asked the question, why wasn't Grease in the Mantis? I'm sure you guys have a lot of thoughts on the trailer for Jedi Survivor, so why don't you the floor is yours.
Yeah, I mean, I've been waiting for this game basically since the last one came out. And I watched the trailer, and then I watched, coming my birthday, so that was hype. I just, there's a lot of stuff that I was hoping to see that doesn't look like is going to be there, but at the same time, they gave us a lot of stuff that I wasn't expecting. So I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah. What about you, T'Pol?
So, a couple of things. I haven't gone depth into it, the trailer. I glanced at it because I want to do a kind of a real reaction to it. I've been in the process of moving, so it's been kind of like getting everything set up. I just finally got my temporary office. So, but from what I see,
back wall.
It is. My lightsabers are still at the other house. I gotta take that down, but yeah, it's a sad background. So
I thought you were gonna say the sad batch.
But from what I saw, it looks good. I did catch a couple of glimpses of like you were talking about the Cal dueling with somebody with the lightsaber. Somebody had a yellow lightsaber. I was like, ooh. And I did notice that I didn't see any. I forget her name, but the Night Sister.
Marin.
I didn't see her in none of it. So I'm like, oh, did they break up? What happened? What's going on? So that I'm actually curious about that. But I mean, for the little glimpse I saw of it, I'm like, okay, cool. It looks good. I'm excited. I am hoping, I'm praying they come out with a bundle for PlayStation 5 for this that has a skin for it, because that's what I've been waiting for.
Yes. I actually saw one. I did not research it to see if it was true or if this is just a fan edit. I'll see if I can pull it up again.
All right.
What skin are we talking about?
Well, you know how when was it Battlefield 2, they came out with the limited edition Darth Vader PS4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that they come out with like some type of PS5 bundle skin like that, because I think they did something like that with God of War. They had a bundle for PS5, and it had a limited edition one that you had like either the remote or something like that was like ruins and stuff like that. But I'm hoping they come out with something like that for.
It better be a digital edition.
I'll get some.
I'm all for digital.
I'll get some custom plates if I have to. I ordered a PS5.
Nice.
For Christmas, so
I might have to.
Basically, for this,
I found the image. I don't know if it's. I still need to do more research on this, but yeah. I mean, you guys keep talking. We'll see if Pep is able to blow it up and.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So the only thing I think that this game desperately needs, if it's anything like the last one, is some fast travel. It was seriously lacking.
Yeah. I absolutely agree with that, and I think that's going to be one of the best things about this game is hopefully you have all of your traversal abilities from the start of the game, right? You don't have to go back and relearn them.
Yeah.
And because of that, you would be able to have a true New Game Plus. That's why they couldn't put it in the last one.
Right.
Because you couldn't, there's a specific order you had to access things.
Right.
And you would break it if you had all those abilities, but they would have to design it now for you to have all of those, and then I think fast travel could potentially be a part of that. But you're absolutely right. There is like, if you don't get all the collectibles on your first run, you're not going to go back and get them later. It's going to be a huge pain in the ass.
The thing is, there's a lot of stuff you couldn't get because on Zepho, there's a bunch of stuff hidden in the water down there, and you can't go get that stuff until after you've gotten the rebreather, which is on Kashyyyk. So there was a lot of backtracking, and they did a good job opening shortcuts and whatnot, but it needed fast travel because you land at the docking bay and you got to go halfway across the planet. It's just give me some fast travel. Stop making me fight stormtroopers every 5 seconds.
It was trying to be Soulsborne-ish, right? With that, Yeah,
but even
you rest and meditate, and everybody comes back. You gotta fight them.
But again. Even every single Souls game has fast travel at some point. I don't know about Elden Ring. I haven't played that yet.
It has fast travel.
Every single Souls game, even the first one, you had to unlock it after a certain point in the story. But every other Souls game, you can fast travel at a certain point.
I think they will. They'll learn because it depends on how much of an open world. The last one was nice. It was a breath of fresh air with the gameplay, the combat, everything, and just learn. It felt like an introductory of learning the new way of the action Star Wars games. So there's we're going to go this route. This is how we're going to do this. So I would think that's more of an introductory of how we're going to play this one, and it's not going from basically, what's the one with Starkiller? I forget.
Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed. That was just a hack and slash, and it was great. We loved it, but a little bit different, more have a realistic force ability and realistic force ability, but how it sounds.
I get what you're saying though.
Yeah.
You're describing all the reasons why I loved Jedi Academy so much, and I feel like this is the next best thing in that arena where you actually feel like a Force user where, yes, there's a bunch of ranged guys over there, and you don't have really anything you can to get them at range. So, like, you're still at a possibility of dying because you got to get over there.
Yeah.
And, you know, you aren't just Star Killer where you're just an unbeatable force of nature, you know, type of situation.
Exactly. So, like with this, I mean, with the next one, it's like, okay, great, you had a taste of it. Let's enhance it and take it to the next level. You saw the mounted combat. That's going to be freaking awesome. See how they do that. Hopefully they do it right.
Dynasty Warriors.
Hey, bro. Woo, woosah. Wooshu. But with that, I mean, hopefully they take like a page out of Elden Ring. I mean, I know you haven't played X-Core Gamer Skill, but
No, I haven't.
Elden Ring was the mounted combat was great. They actually did a good job on that. Yeah. So just that alone, like they take a page from that, combine certain things, different mechanics. This is going to be an amazing game.
Yeah, I have high hopes for this. This is I've been looking forward to this for a while, and now we're getting it. So
yeah. What I was gonna say at the very first question I was asked is, where's Greaves?
Yeah, where is?
I know I make
Greaves?
this joke a lot, but he's literally living on a farm upstate. Listen, he was obsessed with finding things that he could grow and cook. I think he's part of the path. I think he has a little farm and he grows produce and uses it to feed people as they're passing through. You know, I think he retired from his life in the ship.
Yeah,
he's actually on a farm somewhere.
Shout out to Cal4, who's a Dyad Squadron member for 16 months. What a panel of badass gentlemen. Heart text, I guess. ASCII heart. What's up, Cal? What's on the slate for tonight's stream? Thank you for the love and support as always. Jackson says, learning about Mark Aragnos from Jedi Academy got me into Ancient Sith. I just think you being a Darksider is what got you into Ancient Sith.
It's a possibility.
I mean, the thing that made me feel like a Sith was at the end of that game, you're like traversing into a place and it's by a cliff. And I didn't even fight anyone. I just grabbed and tossed him off the cliff. You jump to the next level. You know, just yeeting people left and right. That makes you feel like a Sith.
Let me remove myself for a brief second. Choco, take over.
Yeah. So with we didn't talk about where Marin is as well. So
yeah, that was surprising. That was so one of the things I was hoping for was some new gameplay options, and I thought it'd be a cool idea. We talked about this a while ago. If Marin was a playable character, either for side missions or for local co-op or something cool, but apparently she's not there. Nobody's there. It's Cal by himself again, which is really odd because one of the coolest things about the first game was Cal been alone for so long, and now he's finally found the Star Wars trope of found family, and now we've got to see sort of the fallout from that, like what's going on.
You know what? I as much as we see him alone in this gameplay trailer, I think that is for story spoiler reasons. I think I think he's operating out of a base camp, and that's goes back to Seer, and like she's like, I hear you're becoming the Empire's most wanted, and I think Seer is an exception, but I think they do have a base camp where he goes back to, and that's where everybody is. And I think you'll have to manage your party in that way, because we did see a combo with Bode.
Yes,
where he does a backflip off of the back of Cal. I think you're going to have a party, and I don't think
that would be interesting.
I don't think you're going to be able to bring Marin, Bode, and Grease. I think there's going to be an element of associates in this game. And you're gonna have either one with you or two. I don't know, but you'll go back and either manage them through the Mantis or like a base camp.
That'd be cool. It's gonna be interesting to see if they stick with the whole different planets for missions and things like that. It looks like that's what they're doing. We see 3 or 4 different environments just in the trailer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean the combat was what they were really showing off. They should have just called it the combat trailer. I mean, you've got, and I want to get the that lightsaber greatsword.
Man. Where do you think
I
he
don't
got?
know about,
We know for a fact that he looked at a blueprint from High Republic because
yeah, it's got the High Republic crossguard, but it's also like the blade is, considerably longer, and I'm interested to see what they do with like. So if you watch the trailer, where he dismembers that droid, I want to see if that's if they do it the same way with the killing of the finishing attacks, or if you can actually depending on how you play, actually target specific areas of an enemy. They're doing a lot. I mean, they showed a lot in the trailer, so it's going to be interesting when people start getting hands on with it to see how the actual new mechanics are.
I mean, it goes in with what we were talking about in terms of having all of these different stances that you can do, because then you have single, double-bladed, dual-wield, single blade with the blaster only, and now two-hander with that lightsaber, going in with both hands and then digging into someone's shoulder like Kylo does.
Yeah. And it's
crazy.
Looks like maybe you have 4 stances tied to the D-pad or something. That's how I would do it.
Stance dancing? Yeah.
Yeah, so. Well, you guys, Choco said he hadn't played. I just started a couple weeks ago the 2018 God of War because I hadn't played it yet, and that's sort of how they handle it. You have 3 different stances you can do depending on whether you have. I won't spoil it, but you have the axe and another weapon and barehanded.
Yeah.
So it's really and it's all on the D-pad, so you can switch on the fly. It's really cool.
Yeah, and that's also kind of how they do Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, I haven't played that yet either.
Excellent game.
Yeah, I have a whole list of games. My friend is incredibly generous. I got a PS5, and he was like, "Oh, you should get the PlayStation Plus Premium." I'm like, I just bought a PS5, and I have a bunch of other stuff I'm buying for people for Christmas. He's like, "Oh, you should check your PlayStation account." I was like, "You didn't?" He's like, "I did." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I still have to finish God of War, the first one. I still have to finish Horizon Zero Dawn. I've been grinding away on Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, I want to play that as well. There's just there's a ton of stuff that I haven't played, didn't have time to play, and now I started building my little setup here, and I've got a PC that can actually handle a capture card, and I'm getting the PS5, so
Nice.
There you go.
It's been a lot of freaking games this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Cal says tonight is going to be some Gang Beasts, maybe something on Tabletop Simulator. There's a game from the Game Awards that we need you to see. I don't know if it's a straight up ripoff or if it's from the same team, but that's going to be a fun game to play.
It looks super fun. Yeah.
What game?
I forget what it was called.
I can't remember the title because we're looking like this is Gang Beasts. This is just Gang Beasts, but it wasn't.
Yeah, we'll find it and share it with you guys. But it looked super fun, and it had all of the main ingredients of Gang Beasts, but it took it to the next level with weapons and shit. It's just
you have
only,
nunchucks and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can only facsimile weapons by just grabbing things and twirling in Gang Beasts, but this one has weapons, and so you gotta see the trailer for it. I think it's gonna be a fun time to play that. What's going on, St. Pat? Such awesome guests. right? I mean, hey,
That?
when we leave it to people to call in, we got the best people calling in. You know?
Yeah, I saw the thumbnail and I was like, yeah, I'm talking about this game.
Yeah.
Speaking of games,
Pep is. Oh, you're just gonna ask. So, are you going to any chance we'll see a Bode Akuna cosplay out of you?
Maybe. I'm trying to find someone to do an Axel Greylark outfit. I think that's easier for me to do, honestly. The
Oh
Axel
yeah, and
Greylark.
I'm not doubting that, but I know you. I mean, you wanted to see more Asian representation in Star Wars, and he's giving me heavy Korean vibes personally.
I mean, so does Axel. I feel like their Asian representation is like, hey, I think K-dramas are popping off right now. It's like, let's put Koreans in there.
So I know you've been following this more closely than I have been able to. What's going on with the KOTOR remake?
It's in development hell right now.
up in the air.
They're missing a key role, which is a producer.
Oh,
Without
fantastic.
a producer, the teams are like, what do we do each day? What's important to us? You know, is we have like 6 game loops that we need to A/B. Who's gonna decide? It's a vastly important role. It's like Kathleen Kennedy, except, you know, more creative, you know, but still they're missing the role. They don't have anybody to drive the game.
That sucks.
perfect. That's great. Didn't it change developers?
I don't know if they did,
But
but I know a lot of people left Aspire, right? I think
Yeah.
that's how they lost those people to begin with. Shout out to St. Pat, member for 17 months. Thank you for the love and support.
Hey.
This is the best squadron in the galaxy.
It's a good squadron. It is.
Speaking of KOTOR, while moving, I found my original 4-disc of KOTOR.
Nice.
I was going through some stuff like, what's the hell is this box? I'm like, wait a minute. I still have this?
I still have some VHSs. Thus.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
Do
yeah.
you guys have some old Vahusses?
No.
Not
Nope.
VHS.
I
It's
do
not.
have my old NES though.
I mean, of course.
I'm pretty sure my Uncle Soda for crack money.
Consoles are timeless, but like, man, VHS is like a fossil, you know?
It is.
The whole
It's
rewind stuff.
I was
man.
actually just talking with someone about like how crazy technology has grown since like 2008, and I mean it started out in the context of, you know, the people saying that Marvel movies are killing the film industry, and I was thinking like, no, in 2008 a 1080p LCD was $3,000, right? In 2008 Blu-ray and HD DVD were still fighting it out for what, you know.
That was a
format.
short fight. That was a short fight.
It was a fight.
It was a
nonetheless.
short-ish fight, but like when you were working at Circuit City at the time, and you had that question every day, which version of this movie should I get? Which one is going to win? We
And I know
honestly
Choco.
didn't know.
I know Choco said, "Do you have a PS3?"
Nope. So the PS3 had just come out. So like the
Yeah.
Sony's Blu-ray player was $1,000.
Yeah,
And
the
the PS3
PS3
comes out,
was $600,
and it was
$600.
it was
$600.
$799 the first one, but it also played them, and we're like,
No, it was $600. I got it on launch day, and I remember. So they were impossible to get because the Blu-ray diodes were like, they had a problem making them, and so I got to GameStop at 3 a.m. I was trolling the internet. I was trolling the internet, and they were like, "Oh, GameStop pre-orders are live when the store opens." So I got there at 3 a.m. I was the first person in the store. I put down my 10%. I put down $60, and I remember getting a call about 2 weeks before they were gonna launch day, and they were like, so we can't fulfill all the orders. We'll give you. They were gonna give me like $100 gift card and like something else, and I'm like, no, just give me my console.
I feel like I was part of the problem back then because back then I was a graphic designer for a wholesaler, and I just pulled a PS3 off the line. I was like, take this out of my check.
I don't
like,
blame
sure.
you. I would have done the same thing.
But yeah, I think they had multiple versions. I think one of
They had
them
the
was
They had the PS3, which was like I got the full fat version, which was 600. And they had another.
the full fat was $699 MSRP.
No, it was 600.
Really?
I know for a fact. I remember distinctly. I got it right. And I got my pre-order, and I literally planned out how much from each of my paychecks I had to put away.
It's like a steak
to pay
dinner.
it off before. Yeah, dude. I literally planned it out week by week. Like I have the distinct memories. I had a book in my room. I planned it out. I put the cash in there. I paid it off in cash.
And to this day, I will never forget because Xbox 360 were also impossible to find.
Yeah.
They were
And
pushing
they were
HD,
also
right?
they were also so they supported the HD DVD, but it was a separate player that plugged into
Yep.
it. It was not built in. But you
That's
couldn't
got
find
lost.
it, and you couldn't look it up in the system. It had no like name, so you had to look it up by the product code, which was MS8822240358811.
Did they ever
No one-
push?
Damn, you remember that?
Did they ever
Just
push the
burned into my
Blu-ray
brain.
updates to play HD DVD?
I don't know if that came out later, but
Because
yeah,
after
it was just
HD
wild.
DVD, because I remember reading the article, and Sony was like, we would love to allow you to play HD DVDs, but Toshiba won't give us the codecs.
It makes
They
sense.
were like,
I mean,
We can
Sony
easily-
invented
we can easily
Blu-ray.
play that DVD. We don't.
Yeah.
I remember
Well,
that
I mean,
format war. Wow.
Well, Sony didn't invent it. They were part of the. They were
It
part
was
of
the-
the.
yeah, it was
Part of the
the,
result, yeah.
Yeah, but it was them and Disney that were like the two top tiers, and then they were like, who else wants to be on board?
Yeah. Darthman86 in the chat. Okay, I'm here. What did I miss? A lot.
You
You
missed
need
a
to
lot.
be
Yeah,
here
you
from the
did miss a lot,
beginning, bitch.
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, we're talking about Jedi Survivor right now, and it also dovetailed into Blu-ray technology. So,
Reminiscing, old guys here.
yeah.
Yeah. I still remember, like, we're talking about technology, and it's like, I remember as a kid, they'd give you the free premium channel weekends, and it was like the same 4 movies all weekend. But then, like, you couldn't stream anything, so unless you like had the movie, you would just that's what you were watching, and it always cycled. I remember every summer, this old movie called Only the Strong would be on, and me and my buddy would watch it. It was always on the same 2 weeks every summer. Me and my buddy would always watch it like 3 or 4 times.
The joys of streaming through your DSL connection, and you're like, oh my god, I'm getting 8 meg down, like
This is awesome.
8 megabits, and you're like,
Yeah.
this is badass, and like I would cry if I saw my own internet today.
It's
the
like
first
the movie
time I ever
Hackers.
used the first
Remember
time I ever
Hackers?
used the internet was on a 14.4-bit modem.
Listen, you remember Hackers 1995 with Johnny Lee
Oh, yeah.
Miller? That one
yeah.
scene where the freak, he's like, "Oh my god, this thing has a 28.8 BPS modem."
Yeah.
Yeah, active display. A million psychedelic colors, man. Like,
Wow.
what do our displays now are at? Like a little over
Oh.
20 million.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I got my two quad HD monitors for like 300. Like, it's just that was towards Choco saying like 1080p monitors were like $3,000 back then. Now we got
Yeah.
like mini ass like 4K monitors for a couple $100.
It's crazy
Yeah.
how that freaking just evolves like that.
Yeah.
So I look at TVs and I'm like, holy crap! Like, oh, you can get TVs as low as $79, like a high def. Like, what are y'all doing? So I look it up, like, What?
Yeah.
I remember when HD first hit, when it was still 720i.
Yeah.
We were in Chicago. It was one of those, like, I think it was like the high-end Sony store, and it was like a 30-inch was something like $800 for a 720i TV.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and then like their main one was like a 65-inch, and it was like 12 grand or something outrageous. And this was like 2000. 12 grand in 2000 money is no joke.
Yeah. Darthman in the chat says, have we talked about how the Jedi Undertaking could be High Republic and connected to the Acolyte? We did mention that, but right before bringing on X-Core and Master DePaul. So your guys' thoughts on that? Because, there's a brief scene he's sitting there. He looks like he's wearing High Republic robes, and he's holding a piece of technology that looks advanced but ancient at the same time. I'm curious what you think.
I wouldn't doubt it. Just knowing Disney and knowing how they're like, okay, we're gonna tie everything in, Lucas Gaming, all this like that. We're gonna tie everything in. I wouldn't doubt that this is their way of how they're going to introduce or connect more of the fans, different genre of fans of Star Wars, to the High Republic. I mean, the Acolyte is going to do a great a job at it anyway. But then to get the gaming community and a part of it too with this, it's just going to be a full circle. And then who knows? It might actually trickle the High Republic more into the sequels and the new stuff that come out with that. So I wouldn't put it past them, or put like a little teaser for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it could be someone else entirely. Other than a Jedi. He does talk about, betrayal and things like that. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm sort of trying not to get too much out of story from the trailers. I like to play new games like completely blind, spoiler free. Like I said, it's 2022, and I've avoided all the spoilers possible for God of War right now that I'm playing through. So
same.
Hey, unless we're all clairvoyant here, and nobody gonna extract spoilers from the trailer. We're just speculating here. I think, but this is like the golden age of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
it's been an insane ride. I remember, it was my son's first birthday when episode 7. I'm drawing a blank here. I've been up since 3 a.m., so I apologize.
Force Awakens?
Yes, I remember, and I was just like, I remember feeling like a kid again. Like, wait a minute, we're getting new Star Wars, and I could have never imagined that in 2022 there would be a new show every season. There's a show in the spring, there's a show in the summer, there's a show in the fall. Like, I would never, if you had told me that 5 years ago, I would have called you crazy. But here we are. We've got new games, we've got new books, we've got movies. But there's something literally for everyone. And I think there's never been a better time to love Star Wars. There's never been a better time to be able to talk to anybody, whether they like the movies or not. They might have never watched a Star Wars movie, but they played the heck out of Fallen Order because it's just such a good game. I've met a couple people who I had no idea anything about Star Wars, but I started playing Fallen Order, and I went and watched the movies. It's like it's one of the coolest things about Star Wars right now.
Well, more than that, I call it the golden age because the expanded material is interwoven into everything. Whereas the expanded universe back then was just a whole bunch of sandboxes that were like throwing a couple of grains of sand their way, each other's way, and there would be mentions here and there. But the interconnectedness of canon now, with Easter eggs in in Dooku Jedi Lost and Rise of Kylo Ren going back to the High Republic, and the High Republic, like, you know, with Easter eggs going into the future. With the stories they're telling now, and then like the games possibly going into the path with which was introduced in Obi-Wan Kenobi, and like there's so much of the property that lives within every single medium that connects story-wise and narratively that like you would not have dreamed possible that Star Wars across media would be this prevalent and this connected. And of course, mistakes are made. All that stuff. Everybody working on Star Wars is human, right? As the story group says, we're all human. We're going to make mistakes. But given those mistakes, across in the grand scheme of things, they're doing a damn good job of keeping everything in line.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I mean, and is it a mistake or is it an interpretation? You know what I mean?
I'm saying like there could be times, right, where they where they unknowingly contradict something, or they unknowingly retcon something, or knowingly retcon something. But comparing that to how the EU was, which was a clusterfuck.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was just
shit was overlapping everything.
George didn't care. He just was like, oh well, I'll make some money on this, I guess.
Well, George was like, my movies are the prime canon, and that's it.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and that's why I don't get when people talk about the EU. Like, oh, Disney was ruining Star Wars because this and this, and the EU was better. I'm like, people was like, you had different authors and different fan fiction that was overlapping each other and didn't like mesh. I'm like. So it was like, pick what you want to enjoy. Pick this trilogy of books and pick this trilogy of books. But I'm like, but no one complained. No one complained. Yeah. But now they say, okay, no, this is canon. Shut up. Then everybody's like, oh no, this is not. I'm like, y'all, what the hell is going on?
That's it's so much better because, like, the first Star Wars novel I read was Master and Apprentice. And just being able to get that context for all the stuff that I was, already into and I already loved, it's never been like that before. If you wanted to know more about anything particular in Star Wars, you had to, go on a wiki, and who knew where that information came from? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And to be honest, that is why people say the expanded universe is better. If you were in the trenches reading this stuff as it was coming out versus if you look back on it and you read articles that have the highs of the books, or you're only reading the best books that have come out of it, I can kind of get that, but like there's just so much weird stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like Kay says in the chat, remember when the galaxy was in turmoil because of a bunch of space mosquitoes, darkness blue. And this is not us dragging the EU. One of my most favorite eras still is the Old Republic. But that does not take away from the fact that the continuity of the EU is balls. Right? Versus the continuity of new canon, where everything, minus a few minor retcons and mistakes here and there, it's largely connected and very, very airtight.
Well, and they've shown too that they're still willing to put out stuff that's new, but in the expanded universe. I mean, we got the Ronin novel, which was incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We got Star Wars Visions, which, I mean, come on. So
I want some more Ninth Jedi and
re-releases of the best EU books, so that you don't have to wade through all of the weird stuff.
Mm-hmm. And that's partly why they did it. I don't think at all what they wanted to do was say F you to the Legends fans and the EU fans. I just think, hey, I think it's great to separate these continuities so that we know what we're talking about. And that's primarily why we establish what continuity in our videos. It's not to say that the EU sucks. Is just like, okay, what are we talking about here? Because then there's two different sets of continuity and data that we can work off of, you know, and so that's primarily the benefit of having two continuities, and we just think that, or I'm trying to speak for everyone, but I hope I can. It's like we just think that the new canon right now is by far the most clean continuity in Star Wars.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's
Yeah.
no story group before. There wasn't a single body that tracked this stuff and said, "This is a story you guys want to tell. This is the time period. Okay, here's where these people are. These are what groups are active. And this is what we can work with." And that's amazing.
Yeah.
Also, just the quality of books is better. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm rereading the X-Wing books right now. Love them. Loved them first time I read them. It's very 90s. It's very weird. And the other day I'm also laughing at how much stuff in it would have been considered woke today. Like Wedge sees this pretty Twilight dancing and then has a whole inner monologue on his feelings of consent. And doesn't approach her because of how he feels about it. There is a whole thing of Wedge instructing the Rogue Squadron pilots to respect the fact that these transgender aliens use they them pronouns.
That's interesting.
Like that's a thing that happens in the book, and it's real like, oh, that's funny. Yeah, people would hate everything. The whole premise is that capitalism is bad of the X-Wing books.
wow.
I mean that whole premise has not changed in Star Wars.
Yes.
Well,
They created a disease that can only be cured with Bacta, and then they cornered the Bacta market and charge exorbitant prices. And so like Wedge and them are going around liberating Bacta and then giving it out to freely to small indigenous communities that need it.
I feel like
I just
also
think
feel
it's
like
funny. It's like,
the sacking of Coruscant was capitalism. It was like, hey, we care about what you want. Let's get you to the table. Also, let's destroy their city while we're meeting them. That's definitely capitalistic.
Yeah, it's just funny.
What are you saying, Core?
it's that's sort of the whole story of Star Wars. Is the last thing George wanted to be was a businessman, and then he made Star Wars, and it's like, oh, well, oops.
Hey, we're not going to drag people for participating in the system.
No. I'm not either. It's just it's a funny irony. Life is like that, you know. What I mean?
He does openly talk about it a few times.
Yeah, he talks about it all the time. And
I
it's
became
hilarious.
the Empire, and it was weird. Yeah.
Oh, but I do
Yeah,
have this picture right here, and that's the collector's edition for Jedi Survivor.
Yeah, that's the thing I found that I was trying to verify its accuracy. But if it is, it's beautiful.
That is.
It is.
The only thing I don't see is a price tag.
Well, that's going to be like 200 for sure.
Oh, it's
too
your
rich for my
firstborn. You don't need your firstborn child, right?
If that
No,
is an
I like that
actual-
one. We're gonna keep them.
If that is an actual like lightsaber with like RGB effects and stuff with
That'd be
it,
dope.
that's like a $400 bundle. Because then you got the game, you got whatever is in this little case that we got.
That's gonna
It's
be.
the
I think
case
it's a
for the saber.
I
lightsaber.
believe.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought that was gonna be like an art book or something. So a
comes
lightsaber
with
in a
it?
game, yeah, $200 sounds right.
Yeah.
I'd say that.
250.
Kay says in the chat, "I'll take 3." Listen, While supplies last.
Is one of them mine? Please.
Oh man. So any other thoughts on Jedi Survivor? Anything that we've missed?
Oh man.
Brown Wampas? I don't know. That's it's just
The brown waffles. Yeah.
Love the diversity. That's my next cosplay.
Oh jeez.
Damn.
Can't take you guys anywhere.
Not really. I mean, the title just intrigues me, Jedi Survivor, because you're thinking when you hear it, you think of Cal, but is it really Cal?
No,
Is he
Cal's
just
not a survivor. He's a Twitch streamer.
I mean, he's in
Well, he is
Arkansas,
a
Mississippi.
survivor, yes, but not a Jedi.
Correct. But so yeah, that's just I'm like, I'm interested with the whole title and like the story behind it. But yeah,
Yeah.
I just need to know whether or not they are going to license the music from Destiny's Child, Survivor.
I'm a survivor.
have a remix.
Y'all see You'll see the Beyonce Maya Rudolph Hot Ones skit on Saturday Night Live.
I haven't seen that one.
You have to check it out. It's pretty funny.
You know, actually, something that it's with the end of the last Fallen Order. He fought Vader. You think Vader's gonna let his ass go? Like, hey, you beat my ass. Oh, you got away, so I'm just gonna let you go. Like, nah.
I don't know.
So-
I think Vader's got like more important things to worry about.
Also,
He does, but at the same time, you gotta think. Remember the Vader comics? He could have went anywhere and got a lightsaber, right? But he got his ass whooped by that one person, that one master who was like,
yeah.
and he could have left and say, "No, it's against somebody else." But he came back and said, "You know what? F you. I'm about to fix my leg up and come back and kick you."
You know, here's how I feel. Like Vader is kind of like the vice president of a major corporation, and like he caught Cal like breaking into the office and like chased him out. But he can't be running after everyone. He's gonna call people. He's gonna have Inquisitors locate him so that he can then show up, you know, and handle it. But it is kind of funny to think of like a couple Jedis pop in and then like do stuff and then like leave, and he's like, "Oh no," and he just sits down and then like goes back to
well, I mean, that's what the
back to
bounty
managing his
hunters are for, right?
spreadsheets or whatever he does when he's.
I don't know, but like, you know, you read the comics, you think, you know, he's got a lot on his plate. You know,
You
I
do.
mean,
Yeah.
you just, you know, kind of watch what's going on. You know, he's got Obi-Wan to worry about, you know.
His master's always trying to get other people to kill him.
All the time.
Bro,
He's getting
Right.
other people to try to kill him. I mean,
true.
going on a hunt with friggin' Tarkin for no reason. Like that, what kind of nonsense is that?
Kay asks, did y'all talk about the book yet?
Which book?
Go convergence or what?
No, the Jedi to Sam Mags.
Oh, forgot about that one. Yeah,
Fallen Order sequel book that happens
Oh,
in between.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's tie-in, and it's gonna, as Choco said, be a in-between. We haven't talked about the book. There's not much to talk about. I mean, it's just gonna have what's been going on, and I think it's gonna go into what Kenny says. Definitely calling it right now. Mirren is dead. Mirren, as in like, you know, the Asian Mirren sauce. No, Marin is dead, and Grease is captured.
Jedi battle scars.
nah. I think Marion left him because he was doing death sticks and stuff.
There's nothing wrong with that stick down.
He was just dragging his lightsaber around like, what now?
I'm gonna say it right now before Choco. Marin's on a farm.
No, I was actually thinking, you know, homeboy shows up, the guy with the blaster, and Bode, and Cal figures out, you know, that she was barking up the wrong tree.
Oh, maybe.
All right.
Dixon says Marin is laid up after her and Cal helped repopulate. Listen.
I mean,
Hey.
that's a possibility.
Hey.
It's always a possibility. But I
Death
don't
by
think
Schnoo
so.
Schnoo. Okay.
All right, fellas, I got to bounce though. I got the kid is waiting. Well, the family's waiting for me for dinner, so I will holler at you guys later. Thanks for the invite or popping
Absolutely.
on.
Thanks for calling in, man.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Always
Love you
good to
guys.
see
Take
you,
care.
my friend.
Always, always.
And then there was one.
Yes, there was.
I'm gonna actually extend the invite to everyone in the chat. If you guys want to take part in our closing ceremonies, which is Pictionary, Star Wars Pictionary, you are free to do so. So what I'm gonna do right now, actually, first let's do this quiz right here. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Ooh.
We have a quiz. Which Andor character are you right now? Or yeah, right now actually. Let's just frame it that way. Which Andor character are you right now?
Right now.
And we'll
If I don't get Brasso, I riot.
if I don't get Bix, just because I want Bix. Okay. What do you believe is your greatest strength?
I'm gonna say my diplomatic way of speaking.
I'm gonna say my penchant for precision.
All right. Fair enough.
What would your friends say is your greatest weakness?
Huh.
I also have trouble focusing on the next task.
Yeah, I'd say that's the ticket right there. Which character from Andor would you want on your kickball team?
Oh, on my kickball team.
Why? What's with these choices? I'll go with,
I want Clea on my kickball team. I'm sorry.
I'll take it.
I'm going with Vel.
I'm taking Deidre on my kickball team.
Teacher will be too busy arguing with the ref about the rules.
No, she'd be way too busy organizing the team to make sure we won. That's what she does. She wins.
See, Clea would be like, I will do whatever needs to be done, and she's be in the back line like shanking people on the other team when we weren't looking.
What do you
Teacher
like to
would
do
be
for
exposing
fun?
all of their
Shanking
weaknesses.
people in the back line. You know what? I like to actually. I mean, I like to try new cuisines too. That's and solve puzzles. What's more?
I was like, those are my two. And surprisingly, I'm not gonna say go to the beach because I live like 10 minutes from the beach, and I don't go. I don't know.
I'll go with try new cuisines.
Yeah.
What was your
definitely.
favorite subject in school? History.
Yes.
English.
Why? Can't you speak it? I'm just kidding. It's an old joke. Why do we take English in school?
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Like,
Yeah,
what-
no one understands. Oh, by the way, I meant to tell you guys. You just brought it up. Did you see that they're making a fourth?
Yeah, Jackie Chan confirmed it, so we'll see.
Yep.
I know that's y'all's thing. So I'm
Oh
surprised
yeah,
it hadn't been
we'll
mentioned.
be there.
Now you're speaking my
opening day.
language.
I love that you just had that on deck.
I mean, hey,
You'll never understand me.
Okay, what was your favorite after school activity? I'd say I wasn't part of any of this. I was I was in like the AV sometimes.
That's
So I'll
drama
just say-
adjacent.
I guess drama club. What's your secret fear? My secret fear is always and has been always failure.
The greatest teacher failure is.
Indeed.
Which Star Wars character is most trustworthy to you? Chewbacca. I mean, there's great.
Chewbacca is the ride or die.
Yes.
You know.
Pick a color. I'm gonna go with blue. Never gray.
Yeah.
Never gray. And finally, choose a Star Wars planet to visit. You know what? I'm gonna give my girl a visit. Coruscant. We're gonna go to Mon. And I got Mon Mothma.
Me too.
So did I.
You showed an interest in politics at a young age, and you've excelled at navigating some tricky situations with poise. When there's conflict, you are often looked to for guidance and pride yourself in finding compromises in most situations. All right. Well, that'll do it for that. Let's see what everybody else got. Young got Mon. Dexon got Bix. I don't believe that. You didn't get Bix at all. Bix is still up in the air. Let's see. Lots of Mons. Okay. All right. So I invite everyone.
I just retook it with wildly different answers. I was like, they can't just only be Mon Mothma. So I made wild choices and got Cassian. So,
I suppose that is the only way to get Cassian is with just wild choices. That man has no clue what he's doing.
All right. I'm going to invite everyone in to play Pictionary, including what appears to be a newcomer.
Oh. Hello there.
hey,
Hello there, Kestanzi.
What's up, man?
Not much. I mean, just having some fun with the good old community.
Darthman, you got Luthen? Oh, that's good.
Awesome. Sorry,
Alright.
I had to remember to mute which tab so I don't hear the double.
Yeah.
This is true. You're unfortunately, I hate to do the Matt Damon to you. We're out of time, so we're going straight into our Pictionary. You're welcome to play along with us and talk with us.
Awesome.
As we do this. I'll
Yeah,
post the link
I'm
in the chat here, and I'll also post the link in the chat, in the actual show chat. So join us if you want to play Pictionary. And that is, I think we have room for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more players. So get in as fast as you can. And then I will set us up the base. Let's see. Yeah, this is
The
the
most
one.
obnoxious looking avatar I have to pick. That one. Definitely.
And while everyone's loading in, Stanzi, how about you? How are you feeling about the Fallen Order news?
I love it. What I was getting at before about Sam Maggs is obviously the majority of my shtick is being
got
really
so much
happy when I
hate.
can be super petty about Star Wars nerds. So when everyone basically bombarded Sam Maggs because she was originally part of the KOTOR remake and saying that she committed the grievous offense of not saying that KOTOR was her favorite Star Wars game, now that she didn't like it, it wasn't her favorite. And I was unforgivable. So many clickbait, rage bait YouTube video essays about it. And then
Jesus.
Finally left the project and was like, yes, Sam Mag's not on it. Now it won't be woke. And then KOTOR got delayed indefinitely, and Sam Maggs is writing a book for us. So
Yeah, and as well as Sam Maggs has, she wrote on the Stories of Jedi and Sith book.
Oh,
And
yeah.
She wrote the
Yep.
Luke story in that one. and some other things. So like she's still very plugged into the universe.
Oh yeah. So haters stay mad is the main point of everything
haters gonna hate.
I've ever said.
Star Wars has always been and will always be woke. So I don't know what to tell you.
We'll give you guys.
As we all
Politics are
know,
like
there's no
war story.
politics in Star Wars.
We'll give you guys 2 more minutes to join in. If not, we'll just play with our panelists here. The link to this game of Pictionary is in the chat. It's the Gardic.io link. If you want to play with us, we have room for 4 more people. I'm looking at you, Dexon and Young, and even Kenny. If you want to hop in and show off your mad skills with
Pat.
MS Paint.
Actually, not St. Pat. St. Pat actually has some digital drawing skills.
Man, you're going to make me bring out my drawing tablet?
I feel like that's cheating.
Oh,
Let's
you're
go.
an artist too?
Let's go.
Do
Let's
it.
go.
Do it, Pat. That's okay. It's okay. I'll just
right.
sit
You
here and
guys-
cry with my mouse and keyboard.
I have a undergrad degree in illustration, by the way.
It's here.
I would
It's
like
here.
to forfeit.
No, come on. That's illegal.
It's not illegal.
I can put it away if you guys want.
No. Keep going. It was actually one of our best rounds. Was when we had Circe's on.
All right, we got
She
Jackson
pulled
in
out
the
her
game.
tablet and it was beautiful.
We got Young in the game now. This is gonna be a pretty epic game.
Yeah, I'm gonna get crushed apparently.
Should I put on my artist glove too and make it official?
Oh,
I
jeez.
mean, this is, what I did for school last night.
When people wear artist gloves, it just makes me think of the Wizard, the game about NES.
I love the power glove.
The power
It's
glove.
so bad.
You know that TikTok trend of a lot of women saying how men don't wash between their butt cheeks? That is my experience with people that use artist gloves. They never wash the glove. That is so filled with sweat and grime after 10 years of drawing.
Bro, stop
yeah.
exposing me. This hasn't been washed.
This is the only art I do.
All right. So we have
Nice.
K Stanzi, Xcore, Jackson, Young, and Pat. I think we're ready to start, and I apologize in advance if you're trying to join and you have missed the cutoff, but welcome to Dyad Pictionary. Let's start. And we will start with okay, let's do this. This is a call back to what we did in our thing. And Bruheim, I guess.
Instinctual answer, tooth decay.
I'm just being really rush about this. Some people got
Oh.
it.
I mean, it's very good. We have too many arms though.
Is it? Is it too? Is it? I thought it was.
It's too many.
Oh well. Screw on. I was covering my bases.
Oh, for people in the chat, yes, there was a first word. Some people were just putting Grievous. Also, Grievous is difficult to spell.
Yeah, the answer was Darth Grievous. All right, Choco's turn. Now with the mouse.
Okay, let's do this.
Best shit I've ever seen.
No, because I find that every time that I bring out my tablet and I start like with the details, I'm already out of time and nobody has an idea what the hell I was drawing. That
I'm sorry. Imagine there's another eye there.
looks like a sad boy.
I believe he's.
Oh wait.
Was it green?
It's not? What the hell is that?
Okay, let's.
Actually, let's put on our Pictionary music.
Come on. This has got to tell you what it is.
I got it.
Oh, Jesus.
That's what he looks like.
It did not
It
look
is what he looks like. Now you nailed it.
No,
Nailed
Coleman
it.
also has like a chin.
Okay,
too.
but I drew I drew Jango
right.
Fett shooting him.
Also,
Ready?
forewarning for people in the chat who are not part of the call. When it comes to your turn, pick quickly. Otherwise, you'll lose your turn. You get two choices. Oh, that's impressive.
Spelled it wrong.
That is most impressive.
What? How's that? How did I spell it wrong?
I did the same thing, Choco.
It's not Rabussy.
But is there no space or something?
There is. How are you spelling it?
Max Rebo does not have two E's.
Are you sure?
Rebo?
Are you sure?
I'm 99% sure. But maybe.
All right, it's X-Core's turn. we can Google it right now.
It's a jackal.
No,
Well
I,
done.
that's where the paint bucket is. Oh, there it is. No, I'm bad at
But
this.
you have a little gap at the top.
There we go. No.
Oh, okay. There's only one E. My bad.
Anyway,
I am sorry.
I am terrible at this.
That's the whole point of this game, man.
Fuck.
And then,
Oh. Good luck with the last name.
Oh wait, what's her name?
Oh,
Oh, what's her goddamn name?
it's just the first name.
oh,
Okay, yeah. I was putting.
okay. I was like, I thought I spelled the last name right.
Man, that just looked like a kiwi now.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. I can't draw like regular with a pencil even.
The answer was Vernestra.
I like it. It looked like a old cookie that got moldy.
I was looking for like the bucket tool. I couldn't find it.
Uh-oh.
The bucket tool is kind of finicky though. You have to like close off all of your lines, otherwise it's just gonna fill up the entire background. That looks like my water flosser. What is that?
Hmm.
Oh,
Oh, anal beads. Oh wait. Don't look at me.
yes. Oh wait, no, what?
Well done.
I can't even.
Close.
I'm at a complete loss.
Yeah, Pep. These are not martial
how do you-
arts tools for Filipino people.
No, I spelled it. I was one letter off. You can't spell, young?
Guarded by Sonic the Hedgehog.
Kalikori.
Oh, sure.
Calicori.
I got no points on that one.
Pick fast, Jung. Woohoo!
Okay. Boba. What?
Yep.
I repeat the what? Oh,
Don't tell me you. Oh no.
Oh, I just fat fingered it. I did spell it right the first.
Is it though? Hold on.
It is.
No, I spelled it wrong again. Why can't I type?
Choco's
it
first time
is.
at the keyboard.
It is. I was,
No,
I was
I-
just memeing the whole boba.
No. So the first time I wrote bib for Toomba, and then I forgot the R, and then I spelled
Fortuna.
it, and then I forgot the T. I don't know how.
That sounds like a campaign slogan. Hi, my name is Bib, and I'm Fortuna. Salmon's overrated. No, you're good, Young. You're good. This is all about really bad drawings to begin with.
got the jams going.
Hey, man. It's usually lo-fi, but when it comes to Pictionary, we have to turn things up a notch.
You're like 2 steps away from the funk playlist.
young types erase. What are you trying to go for, Pat? What's going on over here? I'm hungry. That's all I can see. We hungry. Wait a minute. No?
What?
What was
What
the
was it?
answer?
What was the answer?
Pat, leave it in the chat. I'm sorry you're not part of the call, but what was the answer? Jesus. Oh, let's see. Oh, man. Oh, no.
I swear that's Cubert.
Oh, I know it.
I am at a loss.
Woo!
Just think about what this is, man. Just think about what this is.
Oh. I can't
And
spell
then
it.
you gotta
so-
spell it. There's no U, dog.
Wow. Let's go for the
is.
OB.
Yeah, I kept also tossing in the U. That's my bad.
Oh, St. Pat said it was force projection. Okay. Oh, the red.
What
The
is?
salt.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. How? Why is this an answer? Why is this here? Okay. Oh my goodness. This is such a weird.
Give hints.
I don't even know.
No idea.
I don't even know.
Something decapitation.
What was that?
The answer is Snoke's body.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay.
Not Snoke.
Right.
Snoke's body.
I think that was suggested by Cal.
All right.
Okay, it looks to be a.
That's a hallway of some
Hallway.
sort. Okay.
Oh,
That's good. Dang.
that is a good drawing, yeah.
I hate y'all talented people.
Oh, come on.
Oh my, he's even drawing the defender, not the defender, the advanced.
Yeah.
So some of these answers are just. Oh, really? Really?
Hey. Yeah, it's Pictionary, man. You gotta draw what you see.
I gave you all the information I could.
Oh, this is awful. I apologize in advance.
No apologies needed. I really love the spread we've got. Chuchi, Cad Bane. What was his name? I might be wrong here, but. Oh no.
Oh,
There's so many in the High Republic.
The
wait.
best one.
Yes, I know it.
No?
No.
How am I?
If you think anything other than him is the best
Oh,
one,
okay.
you're wrong.
How did I not spell
Oh,
first?
jeez.
What did I spell wrong? I can't type. The first time I missed the T.
Stanzy's in the lead. Wow.
I mean, you get points for people guessing yours as well as.
Oh, You're not wrong. If you beat me by a point, I swear.
It's gonna happen.
It might go.
Chocolate with the bass clef. Young is close. Who's young?
Starlight.
Starlight
Oh,
Beacon.
man.
Okay.
Yep.
That was difficult for me.
I thought it was the Sabercopter for a second, but then I took perspective into account.
I thought it was the dark saber from the old EU, the space station that
Oh
blew
yeah.
up.
Well, I typed in the Maw because it seemed like something that would be there, you know.
Off by capitalization. I don't think it penalizes for capitalization. It's all
It
lowercase. That is definitely. Oh.
Nope. No.
What a person for Chopper to land on.
Not that we're giving away the answer.
I think everybody had it at that point.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Also, why did it look like Chopper was doing the robot? Like that was like very apropos.
Let me get a reference really quick.
Except I don't think Chopper does the robot. I think he crumps. I can see him. Crumping.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry.
Good drawing.
I had to pull up a
I
reference.
see the same eyes in different people.
I'm winning by 1 point. I will keep my title.
All right, Pat, give it to us.
We believe in you, Pat.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw. Starlight Beacon again?
Oh. Never mind. Well, it looks like it's Twilight.
What is going on here?
Toby. Is that BD1?
Really? That's close?
What? Oh, it put the in front of it.
Oh.
Really? Yeah, that beats the crap out of me.
That's That's so stupid. You had to put the in front of it. That's rigged. That's so dumb.
Okay, let's see here.
Oh, is this really? Yeah.
I can't remember the name of that freaking ship.
Shares the name with a Bourne movie.
Ah. I knew exactly what it was when he was drawing it. I just could not, for the life of me, remember it.
Element, you and I are tied.
We are.
That's gross.
There's going to be a tiebreaker.
The name of this ship.
Choco, you. Oh.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? This is bullshit.
I'll share the podium with you.
We were tied and I got second place. What
Well,
Posted bitch. It's like Vegas.
Congratulations.
The
Oh my
house
God.
always wins.
Congratulations to
Oh my
Stanzy.
god.
No, I'll give the win to you. It's just because I'm the one that made the room.
But you know what? With this, I am going to I'm going to see about adding a lot of other of more options. Sorry.
This is true. We should update the room. And we can get together and do that some other time. I'm probably gonna have to go back in and remove the thes as well.
Yeah. Yes.
But you know, it is what it is. This game.
Listen,
is...
I would have done better if Max Rebo was spelled correct.
We just play this game to decompress
Still would've lost.
and have fun, and I'm glad everybody was able to call in, also talk about what they wanted to talk about, but also have fun in playing the game too. I think it was a lot of fun, and also a good decision to open that game to the to the chat as well.
Yes, that was fantastic.
Again, the point of the game is to draw horribly and guess even more horribly, but we will fix the answers to be spelled correctly and remove the particles as well. But thank you to DePaul for calling in, as well as X-Core and Kestanzi at the very end. I'm sorry, we ran out of time. We couldn't talk
It's okay,
about
I just
anything
assume
more.
you hate me.
But yeah, this was a great episode of Dyad in the Force. I'm starting to love these ones where we just let people call in and we just shoot
Just
the shit.
hang out.
Yeah.
That's the best part of any podcast, I believe.
Yeah. So I don't have Conspiracy Cantina art yet, DePaul.
That is also my fault. I was talking with DePaul before in the waiting room. I've just this year has been incredibly productive in my personal and professional lives. It just
for sure.
means that content creation does not happen.
Which is
Well,
respectable
I'm
and
happy for
understandable.
you. That's awesome. That's super cool. I'm happy.
Yeah,
for
I
you.
mean it's great. It's just the profound lack of free time is not something I was expecting.
Yeah.
Kay, what's your onesie?
My onesie, it is a sweater of a wampa.
Oh, but it ain't relevant, man. You gotta get a brown one.
That's all I had on short notice, man.
It's all good. Yeah, we'd like to thank our Dyad Squadron members as well, without which we could not continue to do this week to week. And there it is. There's Mantis without the. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Be sure to check out all the other podcasts throughout the week. I know there's a whole bunch, but I'm saving those inserts for when those people are on the podcast. But We also like to shout out farfarawayfactory.com. They're going to be showing, they're going to have a booth at a convention. I'm not sure if they told us where they'll be, but if you have a convention in your area, they'll probably be there. Just based on the law of proximity and the law of things happening. And yeah, go check out our friend Cal, twitch.tv/Cal4 is going to be streaming here. It's probably streaming right now because we are over. And that's a sign of a good show, is when we're over and we don't really care. Because I try to keep the show around 120 to 130 in length. But when the conversations are good, we keep rolling and we go overtime, and there's nothing wrong with that. X-Cork, Stanzi, do you have any final thoughts? If you have any plugs you want to make or talk about anything you have upcoming, any announcements?
Corey, you can go first.
I just want to thank you guys for having me on. It's been, like I said, an insane 2022. But the fact that the community is always here and always around is what keeps me going when I have the time. I mean, I love hanging out with you guys. Is all, really.
Absolutely. You're always welcome.
Thank you guys for having me on again. I don't have much to plug. I took a little break from videos because I had finals for grad school, so I'm gonna start uploading again. I bought some art supplies, and I have to show all of you as my parting words. I got this, which is my new eraser. Bye-bye.
Oh man, that was fantastic. Thanks, Kistenzi, for that. Choco, any final words before we head out?
Excited again. Said it before, I'll say it again. It's the best time to be a Star Wars fan. It's prime. We've never gotten so much, and it all been great. The only thing I will say is a drawback, and this is just a drawback in the gaming industry. The focus on high fidelity graphics, I think, stifles some creativity. But that it is what it is. It just means that we have a much longer development cycle for amazing games, and before they could come out faster. But that's like a very
it's
minor
another
thing
conversation to have. Yeah.
That's what the indie scene's for, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, we also saw at the Game Awards, there was this one game that was fully 3D, but instead of cel shaded, it was pixel art shaded. So it's kind of like a 3D Full Throttle, if you remember that game from LucasArts, where it's just pixelated and pixel sprites, but they were fully 3D modeled and the environments were 3D. And I thought that was an incredible art style, and I would love a High Republic game in that art style. But that'll do it for this episode of Dyad in the Force 104. We had a blast hanging out with everybody, but that's it. On to the next one.
For Light and for Life.
We're all the Republic.
I would be remiss if I didn't give a yub nub for life.
Yub nub.
Bye, everybody.
Save Marin.